Marxism, and modern society. It is important to understand alternative theories and philosophies that have contributed to the modern world. The German philosopher Karl Marx aimed to encourage the working class to question the injustice enforced upon them through their wages, lifestyle and oppression. Marx believed that by instilling his ideology in the minds of people, then the world would one day become an ideal classless society. What is Marxism? A definition of Marxism could be expressed as, Marxism is a social, economic and political philosophy that analyzes the impact of the ruling class on the laborers, leading to uneven distribution of wealth and privileges in the society. It is intended to stimulate the workers to protest the injustice. The theory was formulated by Karl Marx and Friedrich Engels in their work, The Communist Manifesto. It was a pamphlet they created during the age of imperialism, rooting from their own struggles as members of the proletariat. According to Marx, history demonstrates the existence of class struggle centuries earlier. Marx explained the development of society in 5 stages as follows: primitive communism, the age of hunter-gatherers, where every human was treated equally, hence, there was an absence of class. The age of slavery, where there was class distinction between the aristocrats and the slaves. Feudalism, where the struggle was between landlords, owners and the people who rented or used their lands for agriculture. Capitalism, where the labor community worked their lives off only for the ruling class to profit from them. This is the stage where Marx and Engels compile the Communist Manifesto from their plight as workers for the British factory owners. Socialism is the phase that Marx believed the proletariats would revolt for their justice and eventually form a communist society, free of class distinctions and equal wealth. The key principles of Marxism is that there are 2 divisions in capitalist society, the bourgeoisie and the proletariats. The Marx ideology is therefore based on the exploitation of the latter. He claims that the bourgeoisie enjoy the power to control the toiling masses' wages and work, leaving them vulnerable. The access to modern equipment and tools to make work easier and quicker leaves the laborer with low wages, thus adding more profits to themselves. His prediction is that the capitalists use every medium, be it religious, educational or financial, to maintain power. This means every action and needs of the laborers are dependent on the power of the capitalists. Where people are made to believe money and materials are the ultimate, Marx calls this false consciousness. He therefore predicted that this will eventually infuriate the proletariats and lead them to a revolution, in the view of abolishing capitalism. The outcome of the retaliation, according to Marx, would be a classless and Marxism, along with socialism and communism, were formulated to put an end to the capitalist ideologies. Socialism insists on common ownership of wealth and land, while still allowing individuals to own assets privately. The main idea of this philosophy is to ensure equal distribution of wealth and reward people based on the level of contribution an individual extends to the economy of the country. Whereas communism means the absence of private property. It insists the control of such assets be only in the hands of the government. The government shall provide the people with all the necessities like education, medical aids and housing. Though an absolute socialist or communist country or democracy is still impossible, some countries have managed to set up such governments using maximum efforts. Some of the countries that follow communism are China, Cuba and North Korea. And the most socialist countries are Norway, Sweden and Denmark. However, there has never been a socialist revolution against the capitalist community as Marx predicted. In fact, the few countries that did face socialist protests were already equals poor and not capitalist countries as Marx expected. Regardless of the criticism that the philosophy has received, there is a truth to it. Marxism has definitely made us think and question more on what we deserve and what we receive. My interest is not the ideology of Marxism, but more that the unelected cabal or group of elites such as the WEF, WHO and UN, who are imprinting the ideology of Marxism in society with a view of leading us towards a one-world government. The doctrine being a communist world led by this cabal and ruled by force and social control like China etc. However, the choice is ours.